Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to BattleTech. So we have one job to finish on this world before we move on to the next one. I think we can do this without taking any repair time. 3.5 skulls is not going to be like easy, but I think we're up to the task. The Federated Suns is tracking an extremely heavy mech with pirate heraldry. This provocation is almost certainly bait for a trap. We'd like you to spring this trap. Hey, this is familiar, right? So, there's a heavy mech, which might mean that we want to take a lot of salvage on this one. And we have enough money to not need to focus on the cash. Let's have a quick look at the store here. Oh, never mind. Right, I don't have access to this store. I am hated. Well, alright. If anything, that's even more reason for me to want to take this as a salvage-heavy job. So, do we want to go all the way to 314? It's possible that we could just pull whatever this whole mech is. It's a polar mission, so our bad heat management isn't going to be a problem. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go really hard here. We have 4.5 million C-bills. I'm not sure that money is our primary concern anymore. The grasshopper is very slightly damaged. I think that's fine. Yeah, let's just do this. Let us do it just like this. 3.5 skulls. Yeah, we can probably do that with this team. Just keep feeding people XP, trying to get up to 9 tactics. It is so nice to have people at 9 tactics. Alright, let's get out there. So, I don't know what extremely heavy means on a 3.5 skull mission. It could be that we're going to see something from, like, the assault class. Probably it's going to be more like a heavy. Probably it's going to be more like grasshopper sized. But, like, I would love to have another mech that is grasshopper sized. Some of the mechs at this weight are not super good. I actually think the grasshopper is one of the better ones in this weight class, so it's really lucky that that's the one we got. But like even if we pulled an awesome or something like that, still it would be good. It would be an upgrade for us.
Command interface initiated.
You know, our enforcer is fine, but we could definitely fill that slot with something better. All right, move up to try to flush it out. Let's see exactly what sort of trap this is. Also, man, our mechs look cool. I really like... I mean, honestly, basically it just comes down to I really like the color orange. I think that's a good-looking color.
Moving out.
But I think it looks particularly good on a giant robot.
Position confirmed.
So we don't have any... Camera got stuck behind a mountain. We don't have any indication of where the trap might be sprung from or anything. Guess we'll just try to stay together. Oh, I have fast combat animations on. I was playing a bit of BattleTech this weekend with Elise. We started a little campaign together. You know, I think I'll leave the fast animations on. Let me know if you like this or dislike it. And I might turn it back off for later.
Hostile on sensors.
But we've seen the mechs run forward and stuff a lot. Oh. The extremely heavy mech is going to be a vehicle. That's a real kick in the head.
Move order received.
You know, the word mech has a particular meaning. We all know what it means.
Commander?
Be telling me there's going to be an extremely heavy mech getting me all excited.
Receiving you.
Alright, what do we have here?
Leader in the jiff.
It is a demolisher. Well, something tells me that we have this under control. Yeah, this demolisher is not getting a turn, that's for sure.
I'm receiving you.
So yeah, you can see it makes the move animations play out as though you were hitting spacebar on every one of them, and then also shot animations are a lot faster. I'm gonna save the missiles. The autocannon should do the job, right? An autocannon shot to anywhere except the turret will kill it instantly. And if we hit the turret, then we gotta fire somebody else's weapon at it once.
Fire in.
Oh no, it has cover, right? Well, whatever.
Receiving you.
That is absolutely fine.
Heading out.
So Hellebore couldn't aim. His situation is a little low spirits, but everybody else can aim. I think we can probably just finish this now. I don't need to fire everything. Let's save the 20.
On it.
This is probably overkill. Yeah, the odds were very good that the autocannon was going to do the job, but I wanted to make sure I fired a little bit more in case the autocannon went to the wrong location or something. Alright, let's see about this trap. So we're probably not going to get very much for our salvage. For our salvage draw. I currently have no objective. Well, let's just run around and wait for the enemies to appear.
Roger.
Try not to spread out too much. But I do want to be responsive to enemies approaching from any direction. I guess this guy can kind of stay middle as well.
Position confirmed.
No read, huh?
I'm here.
Okay, where's the mission boundary? Mission boundary is right here.
Something I can do.
I guess we'll all start off in this direction.
Copy that, Commander. Move into position.
No problem.
Did the rest of the enemies forget to show up? I think this guy's ambush hung him out to dry.
Move order received.
Well, that's
I
embarrassing.
copy.
Heads up, Commander.
Okay, then we got something. We got
Hostile
something.
contacts inbound.
Wait, where am I? Oh, here we go. Reading some 55s.
Moving out.
On the move.
Hot damn.
Well, that's a shame. The Thunderbolt is as far away from them as it could possibly be. Oh, geez, I can't even get into sensor range. Nope, not quite. Alright, full sprint it is.
Roger.
I should probably have reserved. Yeah, we should probably reserve down. Let's let all of the enemies take their turn. I will say, one downside of doing it this way, of having the fast animations on, is that it's harder for me to tell, because apparently it plays the animation out all the way, even if you can't see it.
Commander.
So it's harder for me to use the delay during the turn cycle to guess how many enemies there are. It's certainly a thing of some value. Alright, let's do this in such a way that I get to see whatever the hell is over there. What do we have? We have a griffin. A griffin with busted up armor. Okay, well. Sorry, where's the autocannon? I think we want to take the autocannon off of this thing, right? Is it on the right arm? So many mechs mount their dangerous weaponry on the right arm.
Confirmed.
Okay, that was kind of a mess.
Commander?
That's what happens when you don't have called shot mastery. Alright, you can get to a place where you can just barely see him. The Enforcer has enough armor to stand out in the open for a moment. Try to put a lot of pressure on this thing.
What's up, boss?
Can you get to a spot where you're going to have an autocannon shot? Probably not, right? Yeah, alright, I think I'm just going to stay in the trees.
On my way.
I will drop all of the missiles on him. Okay, maybe we're not going to need to disable the autocannon, because it kind of looks like I could just core this dude.
Hell yeah.
Although, of course, we do have the, we do have all this salvage coming in. Maybe I should try to kill one of these in a preservable way. What is this over here? It's a 60?
Waiting for orders.
Maybe that's the thing. We try to kill in a preservable way.
Aye.
Alright, now you do have called shot mastery. Yeah, we just core this thing. Do I want to fire the other weapons? Yeah, you know, this battle's not going to be long enough for ammo to be a real concern. Alright, and that is exactly why we fire the other weapons.
Commander.
In case the 85% shot misses. So he is... Oh, he has 1 center torso health left. That's terrible. Alright, Sand Cricket has... Okay, Sand Cricket has multi-shot. So we can just drop a... we'll drop the 10 on this guy and get that kill.
Right here.
What I would really love is if we could get...
Yeah, Commander.
I'm going to reserve her, actually. What I really want is to be able to see what is over here in the woods.
They've got a lock on me.
So I want the Grasshopper to
Good
move
to know.
forward before we fire that other shot. That is a quick draw. Now, I believe there are 2 different types of quick draw, and I don't remember which one we have. So this, yeah, this totally might be a thing that's worth trying to take down in such a way that we can use our 3 points of salvage to just take the whole body. Don't think we need a Griffin or a Wolverine at this point. Alright, so... we could just go... well, we go to a leg or something, right? I'm trying to figure out what is going to be the best way to take this guy down in a way that's going to kill the pilot. I guess we start blowing off torso portions. So we have 3 lasers on this side, LRM-10 and 1 laser on this side. This side also kills his SRMs, though. So yeah, let's go for a precision strike to the right torso. Okay. I was really hoping for an ammo explosion there.
Good to go.
Then we will... how much... if we're going to try to kill this guy this way, I think it maybe is a bad idea to include him in the multi-target. I'm just thinking that, like, she might do disproportionate damage to his center torso. But also, we do have to do, like, actual damage to him. We could start on this guy. He's in cover, and he has bulwark. Well, we do have to get started on him. Okay, let's do this. Sorry, let's do that. The 10 should be enough. Any missile hitting the center torso is a kill.
Aye,
Nope, managed to not hit the center torso once in 10 shots. Awesome.
Commander.
Alright, well, we have to put some more weapons fire into this guy.
Location confirmed.
I'd really like to not have to use everything on him, though. You know what, I'm just gonna... we'll give the autocannon the PPC a rest.
Target acquired.
There we go. I want to feel reasonably certain that kill's actually going to happen.
I hope we can salvage that.
it's
You know,
time.
Hellebore's certainly got a personality. Okay, so we're at 56% resolve here. If we can get Rocket up close to this thing, we can probably do some real damage. Is that the best I'm going to be able to get? Yep. Oof.
Acknowledged.
Well, I mean, I was precision striking anyway. Here's a question. With 9 points of tactics, your chance to shoot the head is about 18%. Do we just roll for the headshot? Because we could get it. If we headshot him with an AC-20, the head of the mech comes clean off, and then we just drag the body home, right? We also could go after one of his legs. Get the knockdown damage. Let him get up and then get the knockdown damage again. If you blow out both of the legs, I'm pretty sure you only get 2 pieces of salvage. He's a tactician, which does not, unfortunately, tell us exactly how much health he has, but it at least suggests that it's not a lot. There is ammo. Yeah, there is ammo in this part of the body, so we could potentially get an ammo explosion in addition to the pilot damage from the center or from the torso piece blowing up. I think I'm gonna not fire all the missiles. I don't want to kill him. These are... they're 72 damage each. Yeah, if we fire everything, we probably destroy the center. I'm gonna try just the autocannon.
Copy that, Commander.
No, I just hit the center torso. Well, okay,
Waiting
that's
for
probably the end of that then. It's unlikely, I think, that we get the kill on that guy without coring him. So, that being the case, do we just finish it? Yeah, probably.
Location confirmed.
Yeah, we don't really need the quick draw parts. I really wish I need to make a list of what mechs we have, what versions of each mech we have. You can have it, this guy. He has bulwark, which I don't love. But we're on the side that the PPC is on, and I'm just going to let this guy have it.
Confirmed.
Well, we almost knocked his arm off. Yeah, all right. I think we can afford to expose the enforcer here.
Solid connection on that one.
All right, it's going to take him forever to fall over. This animation is not sped up by the fast combat option.
Receiving you.
Hey, so let's finish this guy off. I'm going to jump. Probably need to do a quick vent here. And then we almost certainly do not need all of these weapons. What do I want to turn off? We need to do about 100 center. I guess I could just fire everything though, right? We're coming to the end of the mission. I may as well.
Let's see how you like this.
You know, honestly, it seems like I may have needed almost all of that. Alright, I'm going to take one more shot at just knocking this dude's head clean off.
Minimal.
And if it works, cool. And if not, then we just core him and move on.
All right.
Alright, Rocket. We believe in you.
Acknowledged.
Did not get there.
Scored a critical hit.
Yeah, yes, you did.
Ready
Well
for
done.
orders. Standing by.
Waiting for the shot.
I'm just going to run over here and throw a punch.
Move order received.
Okay. Taking the quick draw body home would have been entirely about score, not about effectiveness. We actually already have a quick draw, I believe, that we have to outfit on the next leg of our space travels. Okay, so we're gonna get... So here's the one thing that I wish the game did. When I mouse over something like this, you can see in the bottom right there it says, you have 4. I wish when you moused over partial mech salvage, it would tell you how many completed mechs of that type you have. Because you can already see how much salvage you have of that type, but that's not the only interesting piece of information. Okay, well a plus 10 damage medium laser is coming home with us, I think, over salvage of types that I potentially don't need. Let's take these because I already have partial mechs. And we're going to get 11 more things out of this pool that doesn't really have that many things in it. We might get the quick draw body anyway. We did not. Sure did get some jump jets. I mean, heavy jump jets are still valuable. I think we don't have a ton of those yet. We definitely have like about 50 small jump jets. But heavier mechs require a different class of propulsion technology. Alright, so now we're going to have to do a little bit of mech design, because we're going to leave here. Do we have a travel contract by any chance? Nope. I mean, we do, but we can't take them. Alright, so we got to do some decision-making here. First of all, let's pop through our mech warriors and figure out
Orders.
if anybody has hit any important thresholds. You are still saving. You are still saving. I don't know what we're doing with you, but I also don't have to know that for another 31 days.
Standing by.
You probably don't need that, so we're saving up for a point of something else.
Waiting for orders.
God, Ricochet is built up. What do we use Rocket for most? Like, it probably makes sense to just pick up more hit chance.
Mech warrior training complete.
Waiting for orders.
Saber's good.
Bye.
Sand Cricket got there. Awesome.
Training complete.
Cool. She's gonna be very useful. That's a good combination of skills. Alright. Now, we gotta talk about our mech bay. Although, actually, before we talk about our mech bay, let's figure out where we want to go. I kind of think I want to go back for that flattened Earth. This is not the Flashpoint I was talking about, right? Yeah, this is the one we tried before. Well, we do want to do that, but you know what? We might as well go and do flattened Earth first. That's only a 10-day travel from here. We just need to make 10 days worth of mech bay decisions, and we already have the Griffin in the mech bay for 2 days, and I may as well repair the Hunchback, or the Grasshopper, rather, on our way. A Hunchback is sort of the linchpin of the team in the campaign I was playing with Elise this weekend. An early Hunchback would carry you through some real stuff. It's a pretty good mech. So then we want to find, like, what is the next outfit? It might be the Thunderbolt 5 SS. By the way, it is asinine that there is a Thunderbolt 5S and a Thunderbolt 5S. Like, frankly, even when it's just a completely different letter and number after the name, I still always forget. This is ridiculous. Alright, we did have a quick draw 4G. That's the same type that we saw in the mission, I think. So quick draw 4Gs are among the fastest and most maneuverable of heavy mechs with decent weaponry, but they suffer from problematic heat buildup. Or we could put together another Thunderbolt that has no autocannon slots, but is a little bit more lasery. Looks like it has a lower movement rating, but actually, oh, you know what? That's probably because this thing has some jump jets in it and this thing doesn't. Because they have the same actual movement amount, or movement capacity. We probably are not focused on retrofitting any of these 55s with a Thunderbolt and a Quick Draw available. So what's the mech we'd most likely be replacing from our lineup? It's probably the Enforcer, right? So the Enforcer's job currently is like kind of mid-range tankiness. The Enforcer is 680 armor. So it's actually more heavily armored than a Quick Draw is. How much space is there to play with inside of a Quick Draw? 21 tons. That's not bad. We can definitely mount some weaponry in there. What about this thing? 26 tons. And also, like, a lot of armor, right? The Quick Draw's a little bit faster. It has 5 max movement instead of 4. I think we're just going to outfit the Thunderbolt. I'm going to leave the Quick Draw in the bay for the moment. So, let's fix this thing up. This has a bunch of energy weapon slots, which I like a lot for their versatility. So, what's the story with this pulse laser? Is this really just worse than a large laser? A large laser is 5 tons, deals 40 damage, and generates 18 heat when you fire it. This thing is 45 damage at 6 tons with 23 heat. Ranges 0, 300, 450, which are the same. Yeah. A pulse laser is just worse than a normal laser? This results in better accuracy and damage output. Like all lasers, you get a baseline accuracy bonus. Yeah, okay, so it seems like there's no reason to use a pulse laser. It's just like a bad piece of lost tech. We pulled a lemon on our lost tech roll. That's a real shame. Well, let's throw a large laser in here for versatility's sake. It has a single missile bay, so we have to decide whether we want those to be LRMs or SRMs. Oh, maybe I don't even want to run a large laser. Maybe I'd rather, like, this plus 30 stability damage PPC is probably worth running. Yeah, that's a lot of stability damage. And the question is, do we want to run another PPC? Or do we want to put in a large laser? Like, I want this thing to be effective at a lot of different ranges. The PPC does have a minimum effective range. The large laser does not. So large laser is a good long-range weapon that also works up close, which is the major attraction there. If we did that, we're talking about a ton of heat already. Let's make sure this thing can move around. We'll just mount some heat sinks in the center torso here. Sorry, we should mount jump jets first. Let's do jump jets first. In fact, we only have 2 heavy jump jets right now. It's just the 2 that we pulled from that mission. We need to get to someplace that has a store. So yeah, then heat sinks, I guess. Heat sink a little bit. If we fired both the PPC and the large laser, we're generating 53 heat already. So let's say we put in a couple more heat sinks. We're burning off 42 of our 53 heat. Obviously, I want to put some medium lasers in here, including this really cool one that we just pulled. And I'm wondering if, like, how much do we want to spread these out? Also, we have 2 support weapon slots that we definitely want to think about. How does this thing punch? It has a chassis quirk that gets the melee damage up to 80. It does 65 stability damage on a punch. That seems relatively high, right? I'm wondering if we want to do just small lasers. That's extra heat generation. But if we put in machine guns, I have to find room for the machine gun ammo. We could also install flamethrowers. So let's talk about the flamethrower for a second. When you shoot one of these at somebody, it's going to do 5 actual damage, and then it's going to put 15 heat on them. I think flamethrowers are actually pretty good. They have a limited amount of ammo. Each one of them has like 4 shots in it, and you can't increase that in any way. You can't mount more ammo. So you get to use flamethrowers a limited amount of times per mission. However, that's also the case with all support weapons in a very real way. It's like you don't get close enough to enemies to fire your support weapons all that many times, and if you are firing your support weapons, you're probably killing the enemies pretty quickly. But I really like the fact that if you mount like 4 flamethrowers on something, and you just run it up on an enemy and hit them with all the flamethrowers right after they fire, it's often enough heat to turn their mech off for a turn. So the flamethrowers are, they do some stability, they do some structure damage when they overheat the enemy mech, and they're kind of crowd control. That said, I really do think you have to fire like 4 flamethrowers at once for it to make a difference. I don't think there's any good reason to mount a flamer on a mech that only has 2 support slots. I think we'll just go with the lasers. And then, like, a bunch of medium lasers from here? Maybe not a bunch of medium lasers. Maybe a couple of medium lasers and then a couple more heat sinks? And again, the plan... We probably want to spread this out a little bit. I don't want to lose everything if I lose the one side. So let's see. An Alpha Strike right now is 113 heat. We won't be making that happen all that often. And we probably will never fire all of the weapons together, right? If we fire the 2 small lasers, we're not firing the PPC. I kind of want to just mount another... I'm just going to mount another medium laser instead of heatsink. We're going to try it like this. We'll have to do our heat management a little bit manually. But this thing can fire for 90 damage while approaching, and then once it's in close, it has that really, really big punch, and also, you know, the 5 medium lasers is not a joke. We can do a little bit of heat management with coolant vent, and making sure that the person piloting this mech has the increased overheat threshold rates. Yeah, I don't hate that. Okay, so that's going to take us over. I think the Griffin becomes bottom priority here. So we'll travel 10 days to the other Flashpoint, and then we'll just chill out in that system for 2 days while we finish building out the Thunderbolt. Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. It is a real bummer that we are not going to be able to interact with the black market on a planet that has former Star League presence. You really should be able to interact with the black market no matter what. Like, the fact that the Capellans own the legitimate stores in this system should have no effect on the black market, but I guess it is how it is.
Bio command.
We have a ton of money here, so I think we're about to complete an Argo repair, or an Argo upgrade. I'm not sure what is next, but it might be one of the big ones.
I've got the financial report.
We don't need to do anything special with our morale. I wonder if we should do a month of generous pay just to give ourselves a little bit of a buffer against negative morale events. Yeah. Let's do that. And then let's get a new ship upgrade rolling. This might be a good time to pick up Mech Bay 3. Actually, we have the money right now. Excuse me. We have the money right now to get this rolling, and honestly, the tech points and the mech space would both be valuable. Yeah, alright.
Roger that, Commander. I'll get the crew moving.
That's a big, expensive upgrade. At some point, we're going to be just building morale bonuses that we don't even need just to finish upgrading the thing. My suspicion is we're going to finish upgrading the Argo with, like, a ton of time left to go. Things have gone very well on that front so far. It's a shame there's no way to accelerate that. Although, again, I did just say we're going to finish the Argo with a ton of time left, so I guess there wouldn't really be a need for a way to accelerate that. Also, it'll be nice to have Saber back in action. It's good that we're training up the second string pilots, though. I do enjoy a good languorous space journey with the strings playing in the background. Alright, man, I cannot wait to get back to a system where we can actually shop. We'll get on this in a second, hold on. Engagement length medium, consecutive deployments, yes. Bonus reward, rare items, difficulty 3.5, should be very doable. But let's let this new Thunderbolt finish getting outfitted first. Okay. Let us do it. Also, let's look at what the other contracts available in the system are. Tell me the pirates have some work for us. Come on, pirates against the Capellans. That's what I'm really looking for here. Okay. Pirates against the Capellans. Beautiful. Free Worlds League against pirates. That sucks. Can we please stop getting anti-pirate missions? Alright, that's good. And there's a travel contract to Kimi, which would be against the pirate. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I may travel to somewhere else, but we're going to gain and then immediately lose pirate rep here. We are getting some missions from the Free Worlds League. I think we did a couple Free Worlds League missions on the last one as well, right? Yeah, we're only neg 1 with them. We could actually get positive. I don't know what it takes for the pirates to kick you out of the black market, to deny you access to the black market, but it feels like a thing that I really don't want to happen. And also, having negative pirate rep is going to give us a price increase at the black market. And those increases are in percentages, which means that they really hurt at the black market, where things can be extremely expensive. Alright, let's see the flashpoint. A seditionist group has taken root in the Capellan system of Cavalor. House Liao will handsomely reward any company that will root out and destroy these traitors to the Commonwealth. Well, I don't really care about the bonus reward that much, I don't think. I think rare items just means items with 2 pluses. I think uncommon is 1 plus, rare is 2 plus. But we're doing this mostly for all of the points that we're going to get from getting extremely paid. Alright, Operation Flattened Earth. Welcome to Cavalor, Commander Ballard. I appreciate your timeliness in responding to my summons. The task that I have for you is a sensitive matter that requires a swift response. What do we know about Cavalor? It was settled after the Reunification War as the Capellans sought to reinforce their borders with the Magistracy and the Free Worlds League. Since that time, fertile soil and plentiful resources have caused the population of the world to explode. Well, hopefully not too frequently. That's what we're here for, Lady Marina. Tell us what we're dealing with. Also, do we know stuff about her? Our representative from House Liao. While she bears the Liao name, Lady Marina is far removed from the line of succession. A former mech warrior, she served as an adjunct to McCarran's armored cavalry during their campaigns against House Davion. As such, she understands that mercenaries are vital to the survival of the Capellan Confederation. Yeah, if you own a giant space empire, that's just a lot of territory to defend. There's no way you can do it all with your nation's own army. Cavalor is home to a group of seditionists, the Volkovites. Their name was taken from their leader, a charismatic woman of low birth named Persephone Volkov, who uses her platform to spit on and threaten the most deeply held traditions of the Capellan state. Those were the Chancellor's words, mind you. Volkov's actions have left him most displeased. Chancellor Maximilian Liao is the nicknamed the Diablo. He seized the throne from his father in 2990. The coup was carried out with the support of the warrior houses and the Red Lancers, and culminated with the fatal poisoning of the elder Liao. Under Maximilian's rule, the warrior houses have doubled in number, and House Liao's Maskarovka intelligence service has grown substantially in influence and strength. This Volkov lady has caught the Chancellor's attention. She's in for a world of hurt. That's putting it mildly. In a single speech, Persephone Volkov denounced all three cornerstones of Capellan culture: the Corvin Doctrine, the Sarna Mandate, and the Lorix Order. Oh no, not the Lorix Order! Questioning any one of these texts is dangerous, but what Volkov did... Well, there are behaviors that cannot be tolerated, and lines that cannot be crossed. I'm not super comfortable with the way this situation is working out here. So let's see. This was assembled posthumously from the private correspondence of Alana Corvin de Val and introduced into mainstream Capellan society by a former chancellor. Fearing the effects of factionalism on an expanding human race, Corvin argued that all people must band together in the service of greater humanity. The Capellan Confederation has interpreted these writings to mean that all citizens must bow to the will of the state, specifically personified by the current Liao Chancellor. Yeah, that does seem to be the way that powerful people like to interpret that "hey, let's all work together" thing. Oh, you mean I'll work personally for me? The Sarna Mandate. The text of the Sarna Mandate supports the foundation of a rigid caste system with firmly drawn lines between the working classes and the ruling elite. Right? We're all pulling together. The Mandate also establishes that for the ruling class, service to the state is both necessary and compulsory. Okay, well that's good, at least. Any action, however draconian, is inherently justified so long as it promotes the survival of the state, and you get to define the survival of the state however you want. A military philosophical society devoted to promoting the belief that the mech warrior is the natural apex of society, and that all other social classes should serve the mech warrior class. You know, like high school football players. Okay, we get the idea. I think we chose good enemies here in the Capellans. There's a lot of things about the way they organize their stuff that I don't care for. Well, it sounds like you're asking us to kill a woman over her political beliefs. Yeah, that's what she's asking us. That's explicitly what she's saying. This isn't mercenary work, Lady Marina. It's murder. I mean, murder is definitely mercenary work, though. I'm afraid that the Chancellor disagrees with your assessment, Dr. Murad. In the Confederation, there is no higher crime than threatening the security of the state, again, defined however is convenient at the moment. And the Chancellor draws little distinction between physical threats and ideological ones. The entire Volkovite community has been marked for death. I need you to help me carry out this sentence. Okay, so here's the thing. As we're playing her, Reckless is kind of cold-blooded, right? We're doing all these pirate missions, we're blowing up facilities that potentially hold medical supplies, we're executing people without asking a lot of questions. Reckless is a little bit more of a ask no questions, get paid kind of character than I usually play. So I think she would accept Lady Marina's offer. But I personally would balk at this. Alright, don't worry about us. We'll get the job done. I knew that I could count on you. Unfortunately, the Volkovites have hired protection. Razorback Company, a mercenary command from the Rimward frontier. You'll have to deal with them before you can move on your ultimate targets. I suggest that you handle this situation swiftly and cleanly. Havalor is an important world in the grip of a population boom, and its security is a high priority for the Confederation. Chancellor himself will be monitoring your progress. Then we better put on a good show. Let's get to work. Darius seems very much like how I imagine Reckless being. It's just like, hey, this is where the money is. Let's get the money. I will say that if we are offered a chance at any point during this to turn on the Capellans, I will do it at the drop of a hat. Reckless likes getting paid, but she likes killing Capellans almost as much. Before you can rid us of the Volkovites, you're going to have to deal with the Razorback Company. Our surveillance drones have identified the company's command and control mech, a CP-10Z Cyclops. Eliminate it to cripple Razorback Company and clear a path to your real target. I don't think I've ever seen a Cyclops before. Interesting. So, max salvage on this mission is 210. We cannot bring the whole Cyclops home, no matter what we do. But we can go to 2.8, try to kill the thing in a way that allows us to preserve as much of the body as possible, get 2 pieces of it, and maybe if we kill it in a way that leaves 3 pieces behind, maybe we'll get the 3rd piece out of the random, the 8 portion of the loot. We could go to 210 to maximize those odds, but I think the odds of it working out, like the difference between 2.8 and 210 is tiny, but the difference between 65,000 C-bills and 228 is less tiny. Man, maybe I do want to go 210 though. Thing is, we still have a lot of money, and we're going to get really paid at the end of this mission. Yeah, let's go 210. Let's give ourselves the maximum opportunity to get lucky here. So I think we run the new Thunderbolt in place of the Enforcer. And then we got to talk about how we want to distribute our crew. Because this mission could be harder. It may be the case that we wanna bring some more of the A-team back. It's like, who is the optimal pilot for each of these mechs? Honestly, Razor driving the Grasshopper makes a lot of sense. I wish she had her 9th point of tactics. We can put Centurion back in it. We can have Saber drive it. Because it does have some heat problems. Or at least it potentially has some heat problems. We definitely want somebody with heat management right in this thing. Hold on a second. Let me see something real quick. The 2nd point of reduced heat threshold is at 9 dots, right? Where is Saber? Okay, yeah. So see, Saber has plus 30 over heat threshold.
Commander?
While
Commander.
Ricochet only has plus 15. That does make Saber actually the best pilot in the company at dealing with a mech that overheats a lot. Which might mean that he needs to be driving the new Thunderbolt. Yeah, he's exactly the same kind of pilot as Hellebore, except better in every way. Currently, at least. And then Razor doesn't drive the Grasshopper. We want somebody who has 9 tactics driving the Grasshopper. It would be great if it could be somebody with heat management stuff, but it turns out we only have 1 pilot with 9 tactics who's good at that, and he really needs to be in the new Thunderbolt. So, Centurion. You know, the Ace Pilot is awfully useful as well. I don't feel too bad about that. So, the Jaeger mech stays back. Everybody else has Bulwark. You have Bulwark and Sure Footing, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I think this is the right squad. And 2 people with improved initiative is really nice. Do I want you in the Jaeger mech? Like, we could cut her for Ricochet. We would lose the extra sensor lock, but, like, when do we want the Jaeger mech to be sensor locking people anyway, right? The Jaeger mech benefits from sensor locks. It doesn't want to sensor lock. So yeah, maybe we do cut her for Ricochet, because he's just kind of better at the job. The thing that she has that... the thing she has over him is not super important on the Jaeger mech. Yeah, 9789. Like, this is going to be hard enough. I think we want to bring the A-team. Okay, let's do it. Let's fight some other mercenary companies. So I don't know what a Cyclops is exactly. I'm assuming from the name that it has a very distinctively designed head, or that it has, like, a laser hardpoint in the head, maybe? This is, like, the one big red eye that shoots death. That would be pretty cool. Let's do this thing quickly. I don't want to spend any more time on these jokers than we have to. This does seem like... We've already mentioned our moral qualms about the situation, and I think they're valid. But those aside, it does kind of seem like this is maybe a little beneath us. I guess we're going to find out that these Razorbacks are real badasses. Alright, hunt down Razor Company's CNC mech, a CP-10Z Cyclops. It appears to be running a stock configuration and will be combat capable at any range. It wouldn't do to underestimate Razorback Company. Remember, these are frontier mercenaries operating in Liao space. They wouldn't be here if they weren't confident in their abilities. Confident enough to do what's right. We won't let you persecute these people for rejecting your bullshit screed. That was an unwise display of disrespect, Commander Eliathy. I'd encourage you to change your tone before the Chancellor orders your death as well. Petty tyrants like Maximilian Liao are a dime a dozen out in the frontier. You people don't frighten me, and neither do your hired guns. Eliathy out. As brave as she is foolish. Engage the enemy and destroy them, Commander Ballard. Liao out. God, I hope we get to turn on them as part of this.
Stay frosty.
Okay, so we are headed in general in this direction. Somewhere, there are supporting mercenary forces. We suspect they are over there. So we can try to just avoid them. I'm gonna try to sneak around. Let's see if we can get to the Cyclops before the enemies catch up with us. We're not running a super fast lance,
Affirmative.
but the Grasshopper at least is pretty quick. And we have this nice little
Order received.
rocky outcropping here that will defend us from their line of sight at first.
Coordinates received.
I will say, it's nice to be running our A pilots.
Order acknowledged.
Feel pretty powerful.
I'm there.
On the move. Aye, aye.
So it doesn't look like this this marker is moving around. So I assume it's not projecting for us the
Location confirmed.
current position of the
Coordinates received.
supporting forces, or where we imagine the supporting forces might be. It's just a marker on the map. So by this point, they could be anywhere, really. Well, I think we're going to get some vision here.
Acknowledged.
Contacts. Cyclops. CP-10Z. Let's have a look at this thing. Yep, that is a very distinctive head design. It has a battle computer. What is that? I want one of those. It's a shame my plan is to take your head clean off. This thing has an AC-20. Where is AC-20? So it has 2 ammo bins in the left torso. 2 more ammo bins in the right torso. Okay, apparently it intends to use that thing.
Standing by.
What? Each ammo bin is 5 shots, right?
Moving out.
I'm going to assume, given its size, that it is going to act on 1. I guess the pilot might be able to bring that up. What are we looking at here? Razorback Company CNC unit. But we don't actually have any information about the pilot. Okay, you can't do anything other than run forward and sensor lock, so that is what you will do.
Roger.
Alright, just screw up his sensors a little bit. Oh, they have some long-range weaponry on their other mechs. Fortunately, we're moving really quickly. Those, yep, AC-2s. Okay. So their other squad is, like, all long-range weapons. This was their plan, that we would go after this guy, and then they would use the vision that he grants to make our lives miserable. That's not a bad play, honestly. That's pretty good. Okay, so I want to... I want to get right up on him, right? Centurion should have a pretty significant chance to hit the head. And with this many guns... Right, she's going to have that same 18% chance for a headshot. Actually, don't know how it works from the side. But we do want to hit him from the side, because we want to have a chance to take out the AC-20 as quickly as possible. So yeah, I'm just going to jump over into what is apparently rough terrain.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, 17% chance of a headshot with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different weapons. Something tells me we're going to make contact.
Primary target damage command.
Okay, we hit his head a bunch of times. I destroyed his battle computer. He has 4 head health left.
Let's do this.
We can do this. We can do this. So I need to move to a position where I can see, the Grasshopper is huge and blocks the autocannon's line of sight.
Confirmed.
To be a little careful about that. Alright, come on, lucky head hit. A single LRM to the head is now lethal.
Affirmative.
Come on, lucky headshots. Okay, we got through his autocannon.
Solid connection on that one. Yes, Commander.
Also, his pilot's probably feeling pretty messed up at this point.
On my way.
So what? I can probably only fire those two weapons. I mean, I may as well. Come on, lucky headshots. Nope. Alright, the Grasshopper's going to go for another aim to the head
Yes, Commander.
as quickly as possible here. I'm actually... Yeah, I'm just going to have you do a sensor lock.
Aye.
Let's remove that 1 point of evasion. I don't want to fire any of these weapons at this thing. Reaching shot with an AC-5.
That could have
Ouch.
been worse.
We have a ton of armor, though.
They've got
Overall.
a sensor lock on me.
Okay, so they're coming in with a lot of stuff that moves on pretty low initiatives. I'm not too worried, honestly.
All right.
Alright. Can't fire everything this turn. Let's fire what we can. We go to the head, we turn off the weapons that deal the most damage, because I'm just looking to make a connection. And I don't want to accidentally kill it. No, there's no way I get through the body with this much damage. Alright.
Fire in.
That looks like, yes. Kill confirmed. You've got a hell of a combat lance, Ballard. You really do. Pity you're using it to fight for a tyrant. Ask me to join you. I will accept. I can't offer. I signed a contract. But if you ask me to join you, I swear to God, things will turn around. Hey, we're fighting for our clients just like you are. Oliveira out. Alright, well that's awesome, because that's 3 pieces of that mech in the pool. Now, granted, we can only take 2 of them guaranteed. But there's at least a chance of us getting the 3rd one. We've been pretty lucky on that kind of thing so far.
Waiting for orders.
I mean, I was about to say, we may as well just destroy the supporting mercenary forces, right? But no, we shouldn't. I don't want to put more loot in the pool. And we're going to get a pay bonus for doing so, but the amount of pay we took on the job is so small that a percentage bonus to it is pretty inconsistent, or pretty inconsistent. Words. Inconsiderable, maybe, is what I meant? Potentially. Okay, this Thunderbolt has to stop taking hits.
Receiving you.
Really? That's your sprint distance? Trees, man.
Good to go. I'm receiving you.
Okay, the bad news is you can't sprint when you're unsteady. We're just gonna execute a normal move. And I'm gonna bulwark. Oh, well, I guess I'm just gonna brace this turn anyway, so I get bulwark off of that. I was gonna use vigilance. But, yeah. There's no reason to vigilance here. I just brace.
I've been sensor locked.
Boy, they hate her.
Commander?
You should just try to get out.
Okay. Throttle up.
We need to withdraw here and not fight these enemies. They're going to make it a real pain in the ass for me to withdraw without killing them, but I really want to not kill you. Please don't make me kill you.
I'm receiving you.
That's a 60, that's a 55, that's a 40. Yeah, I really just want to withdraw.
Ready
Hold
for
on.
orders.
You withdraw last. Alright, I'm going to try to present this Thunderbolt as a more attractive target. It does not have active bulwark, it's just sitting in the open. They do not care. I really, really, really want to get out of this without going unsteady again, because I want to be able to sprint next turn.
I'm here.
If I can sprint with it, then we can use it to, we can get behind the cover and not be so shootable. I kind of think I might expose the Grasshopper on a little bit here and then just brace. with the intent of making them want to shoot at anything else.
Affirmative.
The Grasshopper's the fastest of our mechs anyway. It's not going to get left behind. Okay, awesome. Good, good, good.
I'm here.
Alright, Rocky gets to sprint this turn.
10-4.
Alright, I think she should be in cover. Interesting.
I'm receiving you.
Not sure on that one, but okay. Not sure what he's going for. And then, do I want to use the Jaeger mech to discourage pursuit a little bit? We try to just shoot some of the weapons off of these things. Maybe a little bit careful about putting more stuff in the pool, though. Like, where's your LRM bay? Because I have a frontal arc shot on you, right? Yeah. We could try to take out his LRM bay, just lower the amount of structure or stability damage we're receiving. Okay, I almost pulped him there.
Critical hit, Commander.
Gotta be a little bit more careful. Okay, not a big deal. Everything's fine.
Reporting. Serious armor loss. Waiting for orders.
Going full throttle.
Yes, Commander.
So what do I want to do with you? I think we're gonna shoot at the Jaeger mech a little bit. I just want to take one of its arms off. So let's see. About 80% of my shots are going to actually connect. Yeah, we're in no danger of accidentally killing it.
Target locked.
Let's see if we can take off its arm. Alright. And then she gets to move, because Ace Pilot.
Move order received.
Okay. No, don't unsteady? Okay. Ooh, a little close.
I'm taking some serious hits. Come on, people. Let's make it happen. Standing by.
Alright, she's almost out. She gets out on the next turn.
Confirmed.
I do not want to shoot at these enemies anymore. I'm afraid we'll deal some real lasting damage. Interesting. It did not fire its PPC.
I'm under heavy fire.
I wonder why.
Yes, Commander.
Yes, Commander.
She's next.
Receiving you.
No, hey, I'm
I'm
trying to
here.
select... I'm trying to tell her to move somewhere.
Roger.
Okay.
Commander.
Alright, next turn we get out.
Good to go.
I guess Ricochet could have backed up a little bit. It probably won't matter.
Waiting for orders.
Just get as
Alright,
deep in the zone as you can.
move. Bandits.
Yeah, we know.
They've got a lock on me. I'm receiving you.
Alright, you're gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
How's it going?
Make sure he can get in. Alright, there's a little bit of an unorthodox way to go about this. I'm not actually sure how loot
Standing
works. Like, I don't know if shooting the weapons off of those guys will add those weapons to the loot pool or not. I assume no. Nicely done, Commander. With Razorback Company's Cyclops down, their combat cohesiveness will crumble into disarray. If they are wise, they'll abandon their clients and crawl back to the frontier to lick their wounds. For now, return to orbit and conduct your repairs. We'll move on the Volkovites as soon as you're ready. Liao out.
Mission.
Okay, Once again, I'm really hoping that the Volkovites, just pony up a little bit of cash. Our services are not that expensive. We'll do basically anything for money. Alright, let's learn something here. No, shooting those weapons off of those guys did not add their weapons to the loot pool. So, we are going to pull 8 items out of this pool of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces. So only 2 things will be left behind. Honestly, the odds are pretty good that we get the rest of the Cyclops. We totally did. It left behind the comm system, which I really would have liked, but I am not going to complain about this. This is awesome. That's a 90-ton mech. Oh my god, that's good. It is nice to have people who have 9 points of tactics. Also, 14 to 15 weapons. It's very helpful. Because, right, like, that doesn't work out as well if we go for it with the Thunderbolt, who has 3 guns on him. It really has to be. It's the combination of a mech that can mount and reliably fire 15 different weapons, and also a pilot that can reliably hit the head. Cyclops 10Zs use their imposing presence and unique communications equipment to control the battlefield. While the 10Z carries a lethal array of close-range weaponry, its primary role is command and control, bolstering friendly units with its specialized battle computer. Do we get the battle computer? Because I definitely destroyed it by shooting this thing's head off. Let's drop the Wolverine into storage. We definitely don't need that. XO, we're being hailed by Commander Eliathi of the Razorback Company. It looks like she wants to parlay. Yes, this is what I was hoping for. Should I put her on the view screen? Yeah, go ahead. If she wants to talk, we can talk. I've got a rule against playing with my food. No. Reckless does not try this hard to be cool. So, you're Commander Ballard. Under any other circumstances, I'd be honored to speak with you. You're developing quite the reputation out on the frontier. Yeah, I bet we do have a particular reputation. Is this a social call, Commander Eliathi? Or was there something that you actually wanted to discuss? A little of both, actually. Look, Commander Ballard, you're on the wrong side of this scenario, full stop. Our clients aren't hurting anybody. They don't deserve what you're about to rain down on them. I feel for them, Commander Eliathi, but the Capellan state takes a dim view of sedition, and your clients crossed a line. Look at Darius acting like we care what the Capellan state has to say. Maybe so, but they don't deserve to die for it. Look, Commander, the Volkovites aren't even dissidents. They're a local religion, sort of a folk revivalist movement. The public slander your client told you about was a sermon, delivered in a Volkovite church to a Volkovite audience. It isn't like they were shouting through megaphones in the public square. They were talking loud enough to catch the Chancellor's attention. That's a bad idea in the Confederation. Hell, it'd be a bad idea anywhere, Eliathi. I feel for your clients, but they should have known better. Maybe so, but the fact is, House Liao wants my clients dead, and it's paying you to pull the trigger. If you follow through, you'll be wiping them out over a few passages in a couple of books. Are you okay with that, Ballard? Because I wouldn't be. Oh boy, okay, so let's say I'm not okay with it. What are you proposing? I'm glad you asked. My clients have authorized me to offer double what House Liao is paying, if you'll help escort them off-world rather than killing them. We'll take them back to Joppa in the frontier. They'll be out of House Liao's hair and out of danger, and you'll come out on top. Listen, I don't want to come across as unnecessarily hostile, but I was going to come out on top anyway. The Chancellor himself is watching this job, Commander. If we break our contract, our reputation with House Liao is going to go right in the toilet. Oh no, not our reputation with House Liao. I can't dispute that. You'd be taking a risk. But from one mercenary commander to another, it's the right thing to do. Anyway, choice is yours. What's it going to be? Obviously, I have made my feelings clear on this. And this isn't even really out of character for Reckless, because, man, she doesn't get along with the Capellan government. Yep, break your contract with House Liao to help the Volkovites. Yeah, alright, tell your clients we'll help them escape. Double is one of my favorite numbers. I'm glad to hear it. After the ass-whipping you just handed us, the last thing I wanted to do was go up against your lance again. I'll pass your message along and tell Persephone to get her people packed up and ready to move. View screen goes blank as Commander Eliathi cuts the connection. That was the right thing to do, Commander. Thank you. I'll remind you that when you said that I'll remind you that you said that when Chancellor Liao has Maskarovka agents strangle us in our sleep. I didn't read that. Listen, you can read it. You know what she's saying. I did a bad job. We're taking a risk, no doubt, but we're doing it for the right reasons. Let's get Volkov and her people out of here. We can worry about the ramifications later. So here's the thing, though. First of all, I would be somewhat surprised if this did not result in a hit to our mercenary raiding board reputation. We are breaking contract. Secondly, I don't know for sure that the Razorbacks are not going to turn on us at the end of this, because what we really just did is prove ourselves to be both bloodthirsty and untrustworthy. Now, it could be that they interpret this as me having a conscience and being willing to listen to my conscience, but it's equally valid to interpret this as I will turn on anyone for a couple of C-bills. So I guess we'll see how this works out in the end. We probably should not push on any further today. But before we stop, let's take a look at this Cyclops. Okay, so the battle computer is part of the thing. We just get a battle computer. What does this actually do? +1 initiative for all Lance units. Are you kidding me? That's incredible. 31 tons remaining. You see this melee bar is very full. It melees for 115 with a 90 stability damage. It has room for an autocannon. Holy crap, this is a good mech. Wow. 150, 100. It's a little lightly armored for its size. But I think you're supposed to keep it back, right? We could put an AC-5 or even an AC-2. A couple of LRM-20s, some big lasers. Probably won't get much use out of that great big punch that it has. But this thing is a hell of a find. And hey, you know, there was an element of luck here, but also, I'm going to sit here and pat myself on the back for a second for executing that mission in the way that leads to us being most likely to get the whole Cyclops. So that's something. Alright, well that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time to see whether the Razorbacks feel like they can trust us or not. I certainly wouldn't. And we'll see you then.